Well, this is about to be a very different episode.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Ready for this. I don't know if the world's ready for this.
I don't know if they are or aren't.
Well, we're going to find out. Let's get this going.
Distance nerding.
Hey! Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now that time. It is time, that time of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday. And you know what that means. You're now watching and listening and tasting and partaking and embracing Distance Nerding, part of the Comic-Con radio family. He's Cam the DM.
And he's young Phil.
And we're here to nerd together. Nailed it. For the 130th time. Done this 130 times. It's great.
Look, a graveyard.
Yep. Yes, sir. Hey, we're talking anything pop culture, movies, news, music, food, wrestling, comics, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it. Now, guys, you got to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, all the places, everywhere that's fun, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, you can email us at the funnest place ever, dist nerding at AOL.com. So that all being said, Cam, how's it going, man?
It's going good. It's been a while since I've been on Tuesday's show.
I know, right? It's a little bit different. Nerd out on funny looking scabs. It's been a little while, man. So
it's been what a year since I've been on the Tuesday shows.
It might be, man. We've got no Jahmez. He got stuck in the closet again, like usual, and I'm pretty sure he broke his leg, and he's out there crying somewhere. And then, of course, Fray can make it on the show tonight. So it's just us, man, just me and you.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Well, he can't be on the show, but he can be in the chat.
Show. Exactly. He can be in the chat, though, right? It's all right, James, if you're gonna talk smack. Look at that. We've got matching hats, and it's beautiful, isn't it?
Boom.
All right. Boom goes the dynamite. So guys, we got to talk. We got to talk about everything that we got going on, because this week on deck, we've got the Geek End update. Now, of course, Silver Age Comic-Con is coming.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Cam, maybe you'll make it to that one. I don't know, just
maybe. I'm not sure.
All right. Starting rumors. I'm gonna improv tonight because we didn't really have everything written out.
Sweet, let's do it.
To be on there. So let's see if I can come up with something as clever as James. Definitely not, guys. We're talking all kinds of Marvel stuff for rumors. There's a bunch of stuff happening.
Well, I know a new Disney project got announced yesterday.
We can bring that up when we get into that. Oh yeah, Say Wong in the chat saying he sees the AEW shirt. Yes, sir. AEW. James said he's stuck in Manteca in the middle of a water slide. That's right. He's still at Great Wolf Lodge having a great time out slides and stuff like that. So, and then of course, we've got the download, right? And this week's download again, we've got some juicy news that we're gonna cover on here. So with that all on there, and not as exciting as when James writes the jokes and everything like that, because we're not a written show. We don't.
Yeah. What?
Nothing's written. With that all being on that, of course, before we move any further, we gotta talk some friends here.
But first,
let me get a shout out. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we got a shout out. We got a nerd appreciation shout out here, because, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by Poddex. Yes, in fact, the episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are a unique interview question and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. If you are a new podcaster, an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, level up with Poddex and check out poddex.com. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. It's awesome. Actually, Cam, I saw what you just sent me. We're going to talk about that. So
Okay,
yeah,
I wasn't sure. That was a little bit of what I was talking about.
Don't jump ahead too far, man. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. And then, of course, if the show is brought to you by Poddex, then what brings young Phil to everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you what that is. It's Dubby. Yes, Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugar, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. And guess what? It's keto friendly for those of you who aren't trying to have any sugar or carbs in your diet kind of thing. Dubby contains Neurofactor, a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Guys, if you want to find out more about Dubby, head over to www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. All of the delicious flavors. You can get yourself a waifu shaker bottle, all kinds of like fun stuff like that. They have all kinds of merch, fun things. Guys, head over to www.gg. Again, use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order.
Yeah, they just sent out an email about their last anime shaker.
Yeah. Yeah, and they come out with new ones every now and then. They're actually pretty cool.
They are. I've looked at them.
Yeah, the shaker bottles.
Yeah,
how do you like them?
They look amazing. If I could get one, I would get one.
Yeah, I mean, Graveyard, you're not wrong. So Graveyard in the chat just said,
I was laughing at that.
Powers, young Phil. Yes. Children's tears do power me in Call of Duty because I am a asshole, and it's not a problem. I'm completely okay with being a dick to kids in Call of Duty. I mean, game's rated mature anyways. You should be 18.
Exactly.
So if you're 10 and you're hearing cuss words in Call of Duty, it's your fault.
Exactly.
Actually, it's your parents' fault for letting you play the game.
So actually, speaking of Silver Age, guess who I talked to today?
I'm assuming Dave.
I went down to the shop and he was down there because he was stocking new Funkos today.
Nice.
And so I want to talk about it since he said he's going to get stuff out for it this weekend. There will be a Batman themed party down at the penitentiary here, which I will be hosting as the Joker.
So are you guys officially announcing that?
He said he's going to get that out this weekend.
Nice. So. There it is. So officially, guys, if you're in the Boise area, the old penitentiary out there, they're going to be hosting a Batman event. Arkham, they're turning it into Arkham, and it's going to be amazing.
Yes, they are. I am actually in search of a Batman cosplayer right now.
So that way you can Joker Batman cosplay with him?
Yep. So I can also maybe choreograph a fight scene or two.
Oh, God. Already beasts. I'm out to build fire. Fire good. Napster bad. Sorry. That's a very old video. And if you don't know that video, look it up. That's called Napster bad.
I think I've seen it.
Oh, my God. They're just they made James Hetfield just a terrible monster. And Lars Ulrich is just jumping around, humping everything. It's terrible. It's like ever. Shield your eyes and then go watch it. So we gotta get into this fun stuff because it is now time for the Geek Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Geek End Update. Distance Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio. Guys, listen to Distance Nerding on our second show, A Comic Conversation, via ComicConRadio.com. If you're looking for the Distance Nerding podcast, even the episode that you're listening to right now, when it becomes an audio episode, that audio episode will be on Comic-Con Radio. And then we also put out a new Comic Conversation every week on Comic-Con Radio. All you got to do is head over to ComicConRadio.com/podcasts. I'm trying to open this up so I can put it in the chat. There we go. And check out the new shows that we have going on, guys. So again, ComicCon-Radio.com/podcasts. And you can find Comic Conversation. You can find Distance Nerding. You can find now officially the Mostly Pod. He got there ahead of me in the chat. The Mostly Pod Out at Night Mostly podcast is now on Comic-Con Radio. The Comics podcast is on Comic-Con Radio. There's a whole bunch of comic. Of course, Geek Saga is on Comic-Con Radio. We a lot of our friends are now members of Comic-Con Radio and part of that. So, guys, continue to support us. Continue to support all of our friends. We appreciate everybody. And continue doing that because that's where we're at now. So of course, Comic-Con Radio being where you can find the latest in distance nerding shows. The next time you can see us live is a Colossus Girl show. Ladies and gentlemen, Silver Age Comic-Con is on July 8th at the Reno Sparks Convention Center in Nevada. All kinds of fun stuff lined up for that. We've got a whole bunch of interviews. The interviews that we have for that are awesome.
And I recognize a few names from past Gem State.
Oh yes, yes. Well, of course, you know, Gem State is the is the flagship show, so of course they're gonna try and have people star there first. But guys, Power Rangers universe, Brittany Ann Pirtle is an actress best known for Power Rangers Super Mega Force, the legendary battle, and Jamit Badwalia is another Ranger from Beast Morphers. So we're going to be interviewing them, and then we're going behind the Scream with two actors from Scream, Nancy Ann Ritter and the Leonora Skyfo, talking anime in America. This one's going to be a little bit different, and I have a feeling that one of the celebrity guests in this is going to be starstruck when she meets the other one.
Yeah,
Jackie Lastra, who, yeah, like you said, is a past guest from Gem State Comic Con, is going to be on stage with Gray Delisle Griffin.
Oh,
yes. And they're going to be talking anime and just kind of different things in there, because I mean, between the both of them, Hunter x Hunter, One Punch Man, Pokemon, Demon Slayer, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Fairly Odd Parents, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Legend of Korra, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, Bumblebee, and so much more. Between the two of them, their resumes are off the hook.
They are.
So it's gonna be an interesting interview to have them both on stage, because I'm sure, knowing how Jackie reacts to things, I know she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I grew up watching everything you did." I have a feeling it's gonna happen. For Your Eyes Only with Raymond Benson, most well known as the first American author of James Bond continuation novels between 1996 and 2002. He's written 6 original novels, 3 movie novelizations, and 3 short stories, as well as the 1980s classic reference book, The James Bond Bedside Companion. So that's going to be a fun conversation. We're going to be talking James Bond with somebody who's done James Bond.
That was just announced too, not too long ago.
Yeah. So I mean, again, that's going to be an interesting, fun interview, because we're going to be talking to somebody who's worked with James Bond. You know, and who knows, maybe one of his books are going to get turned into a movie at some point.
Hopefully.
Right. Predator meets Andor again. This is a very, very different interview, and I'm kind of trying to figure out how we're gonna write this. But Brian A. Prince, who played the Predator, who was in Black Panther and Civil War, is gonna be on stage with David Chung from Andor and Doctor Strange to Fantastic Beasts, Avengers: Age of Ultron. He's I think we can announce now that he's in Marvel. He's in the Marvels. He's in Aquaman 2, and he was in the Batgirl movie that was canceled. Now both of them are action actors, so they both do stunts, right? So it's
exactly
a fun interview to do, just to talk kind of like the different experiences they have, because they're just very different shows or different properties that they've worked on. And then of course, Patriot Games featuring AJ Buckley, who originally was supposed to be at California Republic Comic-Con.
Okay.
California, the fires were happening at that point, so California Comic-Con had to be canceled. But AJ Buckley was in CSI, Navy SEALs, Rush Hour, Blue Bloods, TMNT, Wolverine, and the X-Men. And then he's going to be on stage with the original Captain America, Red Brown.
Okay.
Who he was in all the 70s Captain America movies, which were covered by Mystery Science Theater 3000. So
right, and he was at Gem State last year as a last minute.
He kind of goes to every con, and he just signs.
But he was filler because we had a cancellation last year.
Yeah.
At Gem State.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like I said, he's he kind of is at every con that we go to, and this time we're actually going to be able to interview him, which is going to be fun. So
that's good.
Yeah, so that'll be a fun thing. Be able to interview the first live action Captain America, not Chris Evans.
Yeah.
So that all being said, we don't have any trailers this week. So
really?
Yep.
Huh.
So that means we are about to go right into the meat of it all. And I realized I didn't turn this on yet.
Oh, sorry. My friend is at Disneyland right now, and she's in the Briar Patch gift shop area. And just sent me all the pictures from inside the store.
Oh, God. Okay. Again, we'll get into this in a minute, but guys, before we jump into the news and everything, we got to talk some rumors, because guys, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started on these rumors. Starting off the night, Marvel's Ironheart series will have a magic versus tech theme. Okay, so this is a rumor happening right now. Marvel Studios' upcoming Ironheart series will apparently tell a story that will focus on the theme of magic versus technology. The upcoming Armor Wars movie will focus more on Stark Tech getting in the wrong hands in a world without Stark. This seems like it's in line with the inclusion of the villain, the Hood, played by Anthony Ramos. The special abilities of the Hood come from a magic cloak that grants him mystical powers. Now here's the thing, right? Like, the rumor being that is it going to be magic versus tech kind of thing, right? Just to kind of, before I jump into a piece of speculation that I'm about to drop right here, right? Tacos on the table. 100%. I think it's going to be magic versus tech. It makes sense.
My tacos are on the table as well, because that's kind of part of the direction Marvel's is currently heading towards.
Right. We've already had magic established within the MCU and everything like that.
Yeah, but we finally got a good magic movie with Strange and
Multiverse
of Madness.
Well, so where I'm going with this, especially with Ironheart already having ties to Wakanda.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we keep saying it's going to happen, but I mean, again, Fantastic Four is coming up. Got this. I think it makes so much sense, even if it's just like an Easter egg, to get Doom in this if they're going to be doing
Yes.
if they're doing magic versus tech, because that's Dr. Doom's thing, is he marries magic and technology together.
Yes, we need Doom soon.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're gonna get some Dr. Doom action in this.
Even if it's just a little tease as an end credit,
right,
I'd be happy.
Right. So that's my rumor right now. The rumor that I'm making is that Dr. Doom shows up in Ironheart.
And again, tacos on the table.
Yes, tacos on the table on that one. So moving on from that right there, looks like we're gonna move through these pretty quickly because there's not very much distractions happening. So we're gonna move here. So Spider-Verse, we got some Spider-Verse rumors. Live action Miles Morales movie is in development along with an animated Spider-Woman movie. So with this, Spider-Man Across the Universe it hit theaters this weekend. You already saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it Thursday.
Okay, cool. So with that, and then on top of that, we're getting Beyond the Spider-Verse. They're already doing all that. They're saying that there's a live action Miles Morales and Spider-Woman movie in development right now. Amy Pascal kind of teased a little bit. She said, you'll see all of it. It's all happening. And producer Avi Arad said that Spider-Woman movie is sooner than you'd expect. I can't tell you yet, but it's coming. So I mean, like they're kind of teasing that they're gonna do a live action Miles Morales and Gwen.
Yeah,
because she's not Spider-Gwen anymore. She's Spider-Woman at this point. But I mean, like, the only thing I have an issue with on this is that Gwen Stacy is played by Haley Steinfeld,
right?
Who also plays
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop. So I mean, I don't know if they'll be able to kind of pull that one off. I get it, they're in separate universes, but it's like it's still within Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, Haley Steinfeld's reaction to this was, "This is like my dream job. Sign me up over and over again. I got to be comfortable, and it's a dream to be in a space that feels so comfortable, but also creative and free, and just exciting to be a part of." So I mean, like, she's excited, which as she should be. Because if she plays a live action Gwen Stacy, I mean, I think that would be badass. I think it
would be amazing.
Yeah, I think she is a great person to play Gwen Stacy in the current iteration as she is a Spider-Woman. But the thing is that her as Gwen Stacy, and then on top of that playing Kate Bishop, like that
with that possible Young Avengers movie coming up,
right? And I guess you can pull it off in a Spider-Verse universe. But Miles Morales, whoever plays Miles Morales at some point has to act along with Tom Holland, because we have to see that interaction with Peter and Miles. Now, when it comes to the fourth Spider-Man movie with Marvel Studios, Tom Holland and Zendaya will be back. But it's still in the works because of the WGA shutdown.
Are we talking about that?
We're not talking about anything in particular about the WGA strike, because we've talked about stuff like the last couple of weeks about it.
Okay, well, the latest thing is the strike they're doing a vote sometime soon. The actual strike itself is like it ends on the 30th of this month, I believe.
Okay,
or something like. But then it could get renewed at the beginning of July.
Right. I mean, if Hollywood decides that they don't want to give these writers what they deserve, then I mean, of course they have every right to strike. So I mean, and Hollywood, it's not like they don't make enough money. It's not like the studios make enough money. They can spare giving the people. It's obvious that without the writers, Hollywood is at a standstill. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing
yeah.
you can do in Hollywood without writers. And if you decide that you don't want to pay them anymore, like what are you expecting? You expecting that Hollywood's not, it's not, nothing's going to happen here going forward if you guys decide that you don't want to concede. So,
well, so for one of the things for it was we weren't sure the Tonys were going to happen.
Right.
But that's all settled. I won't get too much into that. But for this, my tacos are on the table.
Right. Well, I mean, the other thing is Amy Pascal also commented on the fourth Spider-Man film. She said, "Are we going to make another movie? Of course we are. We're in a process, but with the writer's strike, nobody is working due to the strike. We're all being supporters, and whenever they get themselves together, we'll get started." So, they kind of it's in the plans, and I'm sure they have ideas of what they want to do with that. But I mean, there's not very many details out or anything like that. I'm excited to see Miles Morales. Miles Morales is a character that's near and dear to me.
Yeah.
Being somebody of Latino descent, Miles Morales is somebody that represents us, and it's kind of a big deal for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you've seen the movie, right?
I have not yet.
Okay.
I
just wanted to make sure before I said anything not spoiler.
Let's not do spoilers on this show, just because I do know some of the spoilers, just because that's unavoidable in the work that I do.
But I won't say anything about the movie in general. It's great movie. Reminder that it is part one of a two-part movie, because I was laughing my ass off at the theater when everyone was grunting and groaning the way it ended.
I mean, yeah, it is part of a half. So I mean, we'll see where it goes. Hopefully I'll have time this week to go see it, because I've been working 6 days.
Okay.
If you guys have noticed, I haven't done game streams in the last 3
weeks.
I
have.
Yeah, because I work 6 days a week right now. So,
but it is a good movie.
Good. Yeah, like I said, hopefully I'll be able to see it at some point in the next week. But that being said, moving on to the last rumor here. So we got some Netflix rumors. Netflix seems to have an Avatar: The Last Airbender update on the way.
So I am following on Twitter an Avatar thing, and they've been posting pictures about some of the actors and actresses with first looks of them.
Yeah, so they've been making some announcements, some small minor announcements and things like that. Now they already announced the cast a while back.
Right.
What they've been doing is we're starting to get like kind of images of the way they look and everything like that. We haven't heard much when it comes to like the last time we heard something was almost a year ago. As far as
that's what the countdown might be.
Yeah. And at this point now, there's another update coming. So Netflix on June 17th has a Tadum event in Brazil.
Right. Okay. That's what the countdown is. Okay.
It's for the Tadum event, which is on the 17th. And a poster went live teasing the event and the series, and and Avatar: The Last Airbender was listed on there. So I've got a list of everything here. Most of this stuff is actually in Spanish. So but see right there, Avatar: The Last Airbender live action is on there. There's a new Bridgerton, new news on Cobra Kai, Emily in Paris, Fubar's apparently getting another season already. Heartstopper, the live action One Piece is listed on here.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I was wondering what they were doing with that.
Right. It looks like they're doing another season of Lupin, because they did one season of Lupin on there already.
Yeah.
Rebel Moon, which was Zack Snyder's Star Wars, not Star Wars movie that he was working on.
Oh, okay.
It was the Star Wars movie that he originally wrote a Star Wars movie, and Star Wars Disney didn't want to make it, so that he repurpose it and change it. and he turned it into his own like sci-fi movie. Stranger Things, The Archies, looks like something called Round 6.
Okay, good. We are getting a Stranger Things update.
Yeah, and then information on The Witcher, another season of Outer Banks, and a couple of other things that they have that they're getting ready to announce. So Avatar: The Last Airbender was one of the big things on there.
Yeah, so here's a teaser of Roku.
Oh God, he looks so dope.
So, because you remember, if I remember correctly, we did not get Roku in the movie, the live action movie that we rarely talk about.
But the live action movie doesn't exist, so we're not going to talk about that at all.
That's why I say we rarely talk about it.
Rarely, it doesn't exist. You can't talk about things that don't exist.
It's true.
So yeah, I mean, we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming on. Let's see. I do have a Trapped in the Ice Opsis. Trapped in the Ice Opsis. Synopsis. After a lapse of 100 years, the Avatar spiritual master of the elements has returned, and just in a nick of time, the four nations, water, earth, fire, and air, have become unbalanced. The Fire Nation wants to rule the world, and its first conquest will be the Northern Water Tribe. It's up to a 12-year-old boy airbender named Aang to find a way to stop it. So I mean, the synopsis is pretty much exactly the show.
That is the first. Yeah, that's the show.
Right. And I mean, they did say that each season of this show is supposed to follow each book, right?
But the question is are we going to get a fourth season for the fourth book that was supposed to be made?
Well, the fourth book is now a movie, and the whole thing is that movie still isn't released. Like they're doing that right now. So, like that's the whole thing is book 1 was water, book 2 was earth, book 3 was
air.
Was it air?
No, fire.
No, it's fire because it was Aang taking back the Fire Nation, and they were already impersonating firebenders to blend in at that point. Because remember the beginning of season 3, Aang grew out his hair so that you couldn't see his tattoos.
Oh,
and
right.
And they were masquerading as people, as like members of the Fire Nation.
Sorry, I'm double checking the seasons.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm excited, man. I mean, I'm
water, earth, fire.
Okay, yeah.
Because he is air.
Because he is air. That's right. Because the whole point was him learning the different things. He already mastered air because he was an air nomad to begin with. So, that's the whole thing. Is each season is him mastering the different elements. And then of course we get Toph Bay Fong.
Yes.
Michaela Jill Murphy. We love you, girl.
I had a real fun time with her at the pizza party and just at the con.
She's awesome. Everything about Jessie Flowers, aka Michaela Jill Murphy, everything about her is amazing and awesome. Yes. I'm at the point now where like we'll just kind of randomly message each other on IG.
Oh, nice.
And just like we just talk like randomness, like, oh yeah, did you see this this event that happened, or did you see this, or how's this going, or all this other stuff. It's kind of cool to be able to talk to Michaela Jill Murphy like that. So again, tacos on the table for this on at the moment right now.
Oh, tacos on the table.
Yeah, is at the Tidum event. Do you think that we're going to get more information on Avatar: The Last Airbender? I'm going to take it a step further. Do you think we're going to get a trailer?
I think we're going to get a trailer. We're at least going to have part of the cast together.
Okay. It's a live event, so that's possible.
Because I know in the past, they've had it, where they have even just like the little trailer bits.
Right.
Members of the cast together for shows.
Right. No, I mean, and that makes sense. I can see that being a thing. I can see them doing that. So I mean, I would 100% be down to see like that whole thing as a as a situation. Like I want to see a trailer.
I want to see a trailer as well, in any shape, way, or form, even if it's a 30-second, teaser.
Right. The only thing that disturbs me a little bit is like judging off of this picture right here, because this is an official Netflix picture.
Okay.
I hope Appa doesn't look like that.
Me too.
I want to see Appa with like the one good thing that M. Night Shyamalan did is Appa looked good.
Yeah.
Like I want to see Appa and Momo looking like good.
I mean, if anything, we could have a Sonic situation on our hand where they show something during the event and get a bunch of backlash.
Right. Because he looks way too like cartoony.
He does.
To be a character that lives within that universe. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's a live action universe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My tacos are on the table though. I do think that we're gonna get not only like an announcement on like a release date for it, but we'll probably get a trailer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for rumors, which means it is now time for the download. Of course, guys, check out the Distance Nerdington post for all the news, all the trailers, all the reactions, and let us know what you're nerding out on this week. So if you guys have not followed the Distance Nerdington post, you guys know that Cam is basically our publisher at this point.
I am.
The man is dropping news like crazy. If a story happens, Cam usually has it up within 30 seconds of it being announced.
Well, okay, so I would have loved to have that information that I've most recently posted before seeing Cross the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Because I wasted my time. I'm just gonna let you know there's no mid or end credit scenes.
No, and that I knew that they don't have mid and end credit scenes.
I didn't. So I sat there, as a Marvel person.
Right.
Expecting something to happen.
That was a Sony decision, like Sony.
Oh yeah.
100%. They're like, we don't need post-credit scenes. Like, we expect them. I want to see post-credit scenes.
Exactly.
Before we jump into the download, before we get into the first story, of course, I'm just gonna throw this out there. We've got a quick guest that wants to say hello. So Yakko, take it away.
Hello, nerds. Yakko Warner here in the water tower. Do you know that the only podcast that Wacko, Dot, and I, and Dr. Scratch and Stiff listen to is the Distance Nerding Podcast. So listen. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Yakko. We appreciate it. All right, let's head over to the first story here. So can we keep it news? A few months ago, right? A few months ago, it was announced that DreamWorks Animation How to Train Your Dragon was getting a live-action remake. The film is in the middle of casting, and it's been announced that Mason Thames and Nico Parker have been cast as the live-action versions of Hiccup and Astrid. Thames is best known for starring in The Black Phone, and Parker portrayed Sarah Miller in the premiere episode of HBO's The Last of Us, and also has appeared in films such as Dumbo and The Third Day. The live-action How to Train Your Dragon will be written, directed, and produced by Dean DeBlois, who was behind the original animated films in the franchise. So that's actually a pretty cool
so that's good.
Right. So like the director who directed the animated version of it,
we're keeping it within the same people who worked on the original. That's
right.
Beautiful news to hear.
Right. He's making the live action version of his own movie. And this is also his directorial debut for a live action film. So it will be produced by Mark Platt, who produced Legally Blonde and Wicked. It's funny that they have it listed that he produced Wicked, but Wicked hasn't come out yet.
I know, but by the time this movie's made, it might be out.
Yeah, it might be out by then. But The new movie is said to adapt the trilogy of movies that were made by DreamWorks. How to Train Your Dragon is based on the books by Cressida Cowell, and the story focused on the special friendship between a young Viking boy named Hiccup and Toothless, an injured dragon he nurses back to health. It was a coming-of-age story that followed them on a quest to take on humanity's prejudice against dragons. This would be the first time that an animated DreamWorks franchise is being reimagined in live action. They are just following Disney's lead, who has seen a lot of success from their remakes. So I mean, like, I don't know how excited I am for this. I'm also curious if the adaptation is directly an adaptation from the book, or if it's going to be a direct adaptation of the movies. Because I mean, the movies are already very different from the books.
Or is it going to be a mix of both?
Yeah. And I mean, I think that might be a smart way to go, because if you go with something that is a mixture of what we already know and you start adding in more elements from the books, kind of, you make everybody happy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, no, I saw this announcement a few weeks ago, or close to when it was made, and I think they're a perfect fit.
Yeah, I mean, so Mason Thames is a decent look. I'm okay with Nico Parker playing Astrid.
Astrid.
I don't know how. I haven't checked Twitter on this, because like Twitter can get like unwieldy and racist. And because she is of Black and Hispanic descent, they may not like that she's playing a Viking.
Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot on TikTok, because that's also another jump off point of people either like it or hate it.
Right. Again, I don't have a problem. I like her acting. I think that she did a really good job playing Sarah Miller. So I mean, like, we'll kind of see how it all plays out. Yeah,
I mean, not to out myself, but I'm trying to catch up on the more recent horror movies. So it was just shortly after I watched Black Phone that funny. I saw this announcement.
Nice. So you had just seen that already.
So that was still fresh in my mind.
Right. Well, with that being said, in The Rock Sucks news, it was already reported that Dwayne Johnson was returning to reprise his role as Luke Hobbs in the Fast and the Furious franchise, and he appeared in the post-credit scene in Fast X. So while we knew that Johnson will be back for more Fast and the Furious madness, the actor has now officially made the announcement himself in a video he shared on social media.
Okay, I have not seen the video yet.
Okay, it's probably on Instagram. He puts a lot of stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
A movie is being written by Chris Morgan, and while plot details have not been revealed, it will bridge the gap between the events of Fast 10 and the upcoming Fast 10 sequel, which is expected in 2025. It was actually a big surprise for fans to learn that Johnson was coming back, especially because of the heated drama that he had with Vin Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson first appeared as Hobbs in the 5th Fast and the Furious film of the franchise. He ended up having a public dispute with Diesel, and it pushed the two actors to part ways. So I mean, like with a lot of the stuff, it seems like they've kind of made up.
Yeah,
what's going on that was going on.
But what I loved though is before the 10th movie came out, they were still playing off of them not liking each other.
Yeah, and they did a really good job of that. It's kind of interesting that they're deciding to do a bridge film. Right. So, of course, like they're like, oh, yeah, there's only 2 more films left in the franchise, but they're going to make a bunch of spinoffs in order to tell stories in between. So they lied to us. They completely
Well, that's what any successful franchise does does a bunch of spinoffs.
We have to add 32 more movies to this in order for it to work for us.
Well, let's just take Stranger Things, for example. We all know that season 5 is going to be the end, but they've got a bunch of spinoffs projects in the works.
That's true. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of where we are right now is, Dwayne Johnson is officially back, and he said that they're doing a spin-off film that bridges the 2 films. I mean, and I think it's necessary.
Mhm.
If anything, they may need to tell a story of why Luke Hobbs has been missing since
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, and I don't want to say too much from that post-credit scene
Right.
because
Well,
I saw the movie, so
again, but like expanding on that story, like it's kind of like expanding on everything that any explanation that they have for that kind of stuff.
yeah, because well, it's been out for what, almost a month.
About that, yeah.
So I mean, with how the post-credit scene set it up, it seems like the next installment is going to more focus on Hobbs.
I mean, it could. I don't know if it's going to, just because post credit scenes they can
I'm not
tease.
sure it's going to either, but with how the post-credit scene from 9 was, in the movie, kind of set up the same way how it was for that post-credit scene was kind of the way they shot that scene in the movie.
Right.
I can see it kind of gearing for at least a good chunk of the movie towards Hobbs.
Maybe. I wonder how. I wonder how Vin Diesel would feel about that, because this movie was very Vin Diesel heavy. So
True.
But yeah, so
I mean, I don't know. I'm just starting rumors of my own.
yeah. Well, no official date on anything, because again, Fast 10 just came out.
Yep.
But we'll we might be getting some more Rock in the future.
Yeah. And I thought Hobbs and Shaw was a good spinoff.
It was decent.
Was it like top tier, stuff? No.
On Block Superman.
But it was a good spinoff.
Right. So in winter, or is winter really coming news, almost a year ago, it was revealed that the new Game of Thrones spin-off series was going to be in development and would focus on Jon Snow, and Kit Harington is set to reprise his role. While speaking with Deadline, yeah, right. While speaking with Deadline, Francesca Orsi, the HBO head of drama, offered an update on the project, saying that it's still in the very early stages of development and has not received an official green light yet. Orsi added, "We're just working deeply with the writers to get it in shape for potential green light. But at this point, no determination on whether it can go all the way." In the final season of Game of Thrones, Snow discovered his true identity as Aegon Targaryen, which was freaking the only good part of that season, and he could be an heir to the Iron Throne. At the end of the series, he was exiled from Westeros, and he traveled into the haunted forest north of the Wall with Ghost and the Wildlings to start a new life. So that means he's now the king north of the Wall.
Okay. I never watched Game of Thrones, so.
Oh man, it's one of those shows where it starts off slow, gets really good, and then the last 2 seasons are like, okay, well, this is okay. Mostly because George R.R. Martin didn't write the last 2 seasons like he wrote.
Okay.
So Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin previously confirmed that Harrington came up with the idea of the spinoff and brought it to Martin and HBO. In another interview, Harrington's former Game of Thrones co-star Emilia Clarke confirmed the news as well, saying, "He has told me about it, and I know it exists. It's happening. It's been created by Kit, as far as I can understand. So he's in it from the ground up. So what you will be watching, hopefully, if it happens, is certainly by Kit Harington." I mean, so it's kind of a cool kind of like thing where George R.R. Martin and HBO gave him their blessing, and he's creating the story based on the character, and who knows Aegon Targaryen better than Kit Harington,
Right?
Well, obviously George R.R. Martin, but I mean, like,
but
who's played him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this.
So besides for like the writer strike going on, the other thing I could see why like we haven't gotten any news from it is because of HBO Max going to Max and all that stuff.
Right. I mean, there's a whole lot going on, and they're also focusing a lot on House of the Dragon. So
Yeah, there's that too.
right. So moving on from here, I'm gonna get you really excited right now, Cam, because in third time's the charm news. Oh yeah, here it is. Looks like
Oh yes.
sisters will be back in spooky action with Hocus Pocus 3. Disney Plus is developing the film with Bette Midler, Kathleen Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker, and they're all expected to return to reprise their roles. The news was confirmed by Sean Bailey, president of Walt Disney Studio Motion Pictures Company, and confirmed the news in an interview with the New York Times. This news is sure to get fans of the franchise excited. The original film was released in 1993, and it's a beloved classic film. I mean, I love Hocus Pocus, man.
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the second one?
I haven't seen the first one.
What? Dude. All right, you have to go and watch them, man. Like they're both really good.
Like it's on my watch list, but it's like not on my immediate I need to watch it.
No.
Like if somebody wants to go, like is like, hey, let's go watch Hocus Pocus. I was like, okay, I'll watch it, but it's not like I need to watch it.
Okay, hold on. So Eric Ruiz in the chat. When you guys talk about Game of Thrones, it just makes me think of the video where it's the Game of Thrones theme, but the only lyrics are Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Oh, I remember when that was going around.
Oh no, the best one is the South Park version. Wiener, wiener, wiener.
Oh,
wiener,
yeah, that one too.
Wiener.
We were both going around at about the same time.
With floppy wieners, wiener, wiener, wiener.
So when I heard those were both going on about the same time, and then the Peter Dinklage one just died out, and the South Park one just kept going.
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage. Oh man. Say Wong said wow. I'm assuming he's saying wow because he's disappointed that you haven't seen either Hocus Pocus movie.
Well, I gotta watch the first one to see the second one.
And they're both on Disney Plus, so you have
I
no.
know they are. I think they're even on my watch list.
Oh my god! All right, you know what? I'm gonna throw this number out here for you. Right? The sequel was a hit on Disney Plus and set a viewership record of 2.7 billion minutes watched.
Oh, I know.
And none of those minutes were yours.
And none of them were mine. Because I remember this came out about the same time as Stranger Things.
The second,
so I was rewatching Stranger Things.
The second
when this came out.
The first movie came out probably around the time you were born. So I mean, like,
but no, I'm talking about the sequel.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The first one.
The first one was what year was it again?
I think it was 93. Yes, 93.
Yeah, that was 7 years.
So you're 7 years old?
No, 7 years before.
7 years before you were born. All right. So
yeah.
You were not born yet.
No.
You weren't even a thought. You weren't even a gleam in your daddy's eye. All right. So I mean, like, yeah, they're ready to come back. The cast is coming back for the movie. It'll be nice to kind of see some of the characters we didn't see from the first movie in the second movie.
Yeah,
the ones that are still around. I did like that they brought back. I'm forgetting his name, but
didn't they bring back Billy
zombie.
Butcher?
Billy Butcher, that's who it is. They brought back the zombie. It'd be nice if they like brought back maybe like the original cast from the first movie.
Yeah.
Or if they brought back Thackeray Binks, that would be great.
Yes.
But Thackeray would have to be a ghost this time because they released his soul. So
okay.
So I'm excited for this. I love the first movie. The second movie was a good
no, I'm glad that, don't take this wrong, I'm glad they're continuing with their live action movies that are doing well.
Yeah. And maybe this time this one will be in the theaters.
Maybe. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, because the second one only wasn't the only reason it wasn't in theaters was because of pandemic. So
Yeah.
well, all right, let's get into some Marvel news because in
I got a question. Do you got theme park news?
I don't have theme park news. Do you have theme park news?
Yeah. So last week, Splash Mountain had its final run.
Oh yeah. So we did report a while back on what they're doing with Splash Mountain. But yeah, that was about last week.
Literally a week ago.
Yeah, the last run of the racist character that is Splash Mountain.
Because my friend and I were all like, okay, when is the actual last day guests can ride? Because she arrived on the 31st, the day after.
Whack.
Yeah, so when she sent me splash pictures just a little bit ago, it's like
oh man, kind of sucks.
It does.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it be Princess and the Frog, though. I want to see what music they use. I know they're going to repurpose a lot of the stuff that was already in there.
It sounds like Facilier will not be a part of it.
I'm fine with that. I mean,
I am too, but I just was a little flabbergasted
because I feel like it's going to be more revolving around their whole experience in the swamp. I don't think you're really going to see much of Facilier.
Yeah, sorry, I am texting them real quick because it looks like they still have the press penny machine.
Oh, nice. So moving on to the next story here. In a whole new world news. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Marvel yes,
New World Order is now titled Captain America: Brave New World. There's no reason given to why the title of the film was changed, but Brave New World has a lighter tone than New World Order. Anthony Mackie is taking up the mantle of Captain America in this film now that Steve Rogers is gone, and we have a photo from the set to share that you see right there. It's basically Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson, and Harrison Ford as Thaddeus Ross.
I've seen this picture floating around today.
Right. And at this point, Thaddeus Ross is the president of the United States. Kevin Feige previously talked about the dynamic between Wilson and Ford, saying there's a dynamic between President Ross and Sam Wilson. They have a history together, but in this film, we'll be seeing a dynamic between Captain America and the President of the United States in a way that is just incredible. Mackie also previously discussed the role of Cap and how his character is different from Steve Rogers and the rest of the superheroes in the MCU. He explained, Sam is the only character without superpowers. He's just a regular dude hanging out with a bunch of weirdos.
True.
Being from New Orleans, I've been in a few fights, and heart and charisma never helped me in a fight. That usually just got me beat up. So that might cause an issue when you go fight somebody like Thanos. So I think with him, he has to come to the stage with a very different understanding of what it is to be a good guy or be a bad guy, and what are the decisions that you make that make you toe that line in a way that you did. So I just see him as more of a humane Cap as opposed to a distinctive Judge Cap.
Because he doesn't have the serum in him.
Right.
He is grounded in being more human.
Right. Well, yeah, because he's just
that makes sense.
Right. Now, Cap of Judgment, where this is right and this is wrong, there are decisions that make you choose right or wrong. So Julius Ona, who directed the Cloverfield Project, is set to direct the film from a script penned by Dylan Musan and Malcolm Spellman, who I love Malcolm Spellman because everything he writes is awesome. Both of whom wrote The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Spellman will produce the Marvel Studios with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. Brave New World hits theaters on May 3rd, 2024. So it's not too far away.
No, wow.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, man. I mean,
oh yeah. And we'll see if it's going to get the classic Marvel treatment of needing to be pushed back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Not saying it's a bad thing, but at this point, if you're not used to it, you know.
Yeah. I have a feeling that we're not going to get Thaddeus Ross as Red Hulk.
Oh yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to see Red Hulk, I don't think we're gonna get Red Hulk at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
if they continue with She-Hulk, I can maybe see us getting a Red Hulk in that.
But it won't be Thaddeus Ross though. That's the whole thing.
No,
it's not gonna be
because doesn't his daughter get the gene, the Hulk gene, and because is also Red Hulk? Red She-Hulk, I should say.
I think so. I mean, like that whole storyline is pretty convoluted because like Thaddeus Ross did it trying to replicate the Hulk's serum, and
right,
he did it, but made himself a little more prone to anger, even though he is a little more in control than the Hulk is. And he
I was just trying to remember if isn't it his daughter that also
Betsy Ross.
Yeah,
I think Betsy Ross does become Red Hulk at one point. Sound off in the chat if you guys remember anything about the Red Hulk at all. Eric just threw something random in there. He said, I found a funny comic of a tree person sniffing Link's hair. Give me 1 second here. Sorry for the wait here, guys. I got a potential third host here.
Oh.
Give me a second here. I've got to get it to him. All right.
Yeah. It
On
looks like it is Betty.
Yeah. Betty Ross. So again, I'm very excited for this. I love Sam Wilson as Captain America. I think he's a good Captain America. I like the way that they kind of did the introduction in Captain America or not Captain America, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Which at this point, if we're going to get Bucky Barnes in this movie, we need him as White Wolf.
Yeah, but
we're need to drop that Winter Soldier.
But see, we're also getting him in Thunderbolts, so I mean, like that's also something where we're going to kind of see more stuff.
We just need to get that Winter Soldier behind us.
Right. And I think
he's no longer the Winter Soldier.
He's not the Winter Soldier anymore. I kind of want to see where they go, like what route they're going to go with, because we're probably going to get an introduction of Thunderbolt Ross is Thunderbolts after Brave New World?
Not sure. Let me look that up.
I think it is actually. So I think like we're going to get this introduction to Thunderbolt Ross, and then Thunderbolt Ross is going to create the Thunderbolts to try like as an espionage group.
I'm only seeing 2024.
Yeah, so I mean, it might be later on in the year.
There it is, July 26th.
Okay, so it is after. This is like 2 months
after.
Thunderbolts is like 2 months after Captain America. So again, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. And even then, I don't know if that's going to be happening because I know they had to push it back because they're rewriting the entire series right now.
Yeah, because of having to do Ford, right? Is part of the thing.
Kind of what it was is they didn't like where the storyline went. They said that they felt very Black Widow heavy.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't really like focus on any of the other characters, and they, Marvel didn't really like that they weren't focusing on other characters. So they're trying to make it so that you have more character focus through the whole thing.
trying to kill some time while we have our third potential host come
Oh,
on.
no, our guest is here. I was about to introduce him right now. So,
I was gonna
ladies and gentlemen, what can I say about this man? He is extremely handsome. He is a he is a fairly somewhat funny guy, but he's also scum of the earth. The MP extraordinaire. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the first time as a co-host on Distance Nerding, it's our boy Eugene from Geek Saga.
What is going on? Look at that. You needed me. The Ranger had a call for the MP, and the MP is here.
This yeah, I called in for backup, and
Yes.
I was disappointed when I saw the backup show up. So
I brought in the guns, both of them. That's right. What's up?
So
well,
has the villain been announced for this?
no, there has not
Okay.
been. Oh no, I think it was actually. I think they did announce a villain for this.
You know what? I just was reading about this too. That's
Yeah.
funny that I came in right at this point.
Right. Well, we're at the end of it. We were waiting to move on to the next story.
Okay, let's move on then.
Yeah, but I mean, what are your thoughts on it though? Like the fact that they changed the name of everything. The picture that came out, we see Thaddeus Ross and Sam Wilson. Kind of, we know that they interact. So
I don't know. I honestly, a lot of the Marvel movies that have been coming out,
Mhm.
I've not been like a big fan of. I haven't seen the Guardians yet, so I can't say all of them because I do have to see the Guardians. I'm waiting for it to come out for free because I just was like, I don't want to.
trust me, Guardians is one of those movies that you're gonna want to pay for multiple times. I would.
Yeah, I actually still need to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, that movie was really good.
Well, then I'm gonna have to go out and actually see it because, yeah, honestly, a lot of these movies have been disappointing. I didn't see the recent one. What do you call it? Across the Spider-Verse, or whichever one this new cartoon is.
That's the next one. They actually said that it's on par with the first movie, and the first movie got an
Really?
Oscar, so it's kind of a big
It
deal.
is on par with the first movie.
Well, then I got to go see it. But again, it's like a lot of these. I'm starting to get to the point where I'll wait till it's where I can get it on Cat Taz. I'm not saying that I'm pirating these movies.
No, you're not saying
What?
that on the internet.
Oh no, of course not. I'm just
You're not
that,
saying that in front of Marvel. What?
Yeah, no, Marvel doesn't watch the show. You're fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm waiting to be able to find it and be able to watch it. So with this one, I'm excited to see at least Harrison Ford coming in,
Yes.
and they're giving him something to do in the actual Marvel universe. But all in all, I probably am gonna wait.
The thing that's promising on this was Feige was saying that Harrison Ford and Anthony Mackie have like really good chemistry.
That's good.
So I mean, like that is a good thing. It's good to hear that they're working together in a way that's going to show well on screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next story here, guys. So I just blanked on what I was trying to say right now.
Breathe. Allow the train to come back around.
I remember now. And
Okay.
no, God, no news. The Office is getting a remake on Prime Video in Australia, and fans are shocked. This reboot will be a female-led comedy starring Felicity Ward, according to Deadline. Her Hannah Howard will stand in for Ricky Gervais's David Brent in the new version. The Finley Craddock packaging company is under the same sort of dysfunctional management that made millions of viewers around the world fall in love with the show. In trying to save her workplace from downsizing threats, she uncorks chaos that the entire room will have to navigate. New cast members include Edith Poor, Shari Sevens, Steen Raskopoulos, Josh Thompson, Susan Ling Young, Johnny Bra, Raj Labade, Firas Durrani, and Lucy Schmidt. There are a lot of names that I cannot pronounce. I'm very excited, and the quote coming from looks like David Brent. I'm very excited about Australia remaking My Little Show from the turn of the century. Gervais, it's from Ricky Gervais. Gervais offered, office politics have changed a bit in 20 years, so can't wait to see how they navigate a modern day. So it looks like they're doing exactly what The Office did, what the U.S. Office did, and they're adapting based off of the British version.
Okay.
No.
So what are your guys' immediate thoughts on this?
No.
No,
I don't care.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. It's like you got a list of a bunch of names there that I don't think any one of them sparked a
yeah,
type thing with me. And if they want to do it, they're gonna have it over there. It probably will hit Netflix, and
it's going to Amazon Prime in Australia.
But then so it's after it's done over there, it'll probably like the first season will come over here onto Amazon, and we'll finally see it. But honestly, it's like I don't think we need a remake, and I don't think I'd want to see what The Office looks like in this climate.
Yeah.
So okay, so here's the quote from like Amazon itself. We are thrilled to be bringing one of the biggest comedy franchises ever made to Prime Video customers in Australia and around the world. Sarah Christie, Senior Development Executive, Prime Video Australia, said, "It is an honor to continue the international comedy legacy of The Office locally while introducing new, quintessentially Australian characters. We can't wait for audiences to meet Hannah Howard, the first female boss The Office format has explored." I mean, it kind of depends. Like for me, like The Office was one of those shows that kind of like, poked at a lot of like social norms and things like that. So I don't, and Australians notoriously don't give a fuck. So I mean, like, I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of surprises in things in this, and there's going to be a lot of gratuitous use of the C word.
Yeah.
If you know Australians, they say it like we say bro.
Well, in that case, then I'm totally looking forward to it now.
Yeah.
I'd like to, hear a couple of the C words dropped here and there.
Exactly. What's funny is that we can this show is unedited. We can cuss on this, but I feel like that word is a step too far because some people really will get upset with that one.
Yeah.
That's one of those words that on both sides, like both sides of the aisle, male and female, people get offended by that word.
And 1:30, we're done with the show.
It's funny because the other day I was walking up to the guard shack, and the guy that was inside of the guard shack was playing. He's the buddy that we talk about that plays Destiny.
Yeah.
And all we hear is, "I'm going to," he dropped the C word, "punt you out of here." I was like, who the hell is he talking to? And it was loud. I was like, oh my God, somebody's going to hear that. And even right now, it's like,
punt you. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
It's even hard for me to say it right now, even though it's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And you and me both would be laughing hard like I was.
Oh yeah. Now I'm laughing right now just thinking about it. So I mean, just it's funny, remember, a word is only offensive if you can't say, if it's so bad you can't say it and you have to address it by the first letter of the word, right?
Oh, I can say it. I've said it before.
No, but I'm saying in general, like, when some people will say, well, that's like the N word. Like, no, it's not, because you can't say the N word, but then you'll say the other word.
Yeah.
Right.
Although I was just watching Django Unleashed, and I was like, holy crap, dude, I forgot how that word is just dropped like
gratuitous.
I was like, it's a great anyways, all right.
I love that movie so much. So moving on to the next story here.
I might disappoint you guys like I did for Hocus Pocus. I haven't watched The Office.
Oh, come on, man.
I watched Friends.
You what? Okay.
I gave The Office a chance.
You're disappointing me so much right now, Ken.
Let's move on.
This is very difficult right now. No, it's fine, man. If you haven't seen it,
it sounds like we got a 42 alpha in the room right now.
God, paper pusher. Military jargon. Don't worry, man.
I know.
So in I Need a Hero news, director James Gunn has been looking for an actor to take on the role of Clark Kent, aka Superman, in his next film, Superman Legacy. The top choice on the list is David Cornsweet. Remember, we named an entire episode after this man.
What's funnier is I watched what was it? Pearl.
Okay.
Shortly after that.
Oh God, yeah.
And I just couldn't keep myself from laughing.
He was in Pearl, he was in Hollywood, which also was another good series, and then The Politician, again, another good series, along with Jacob Elordi, who was in The Kissing Booth, and Andrew Richardson from Daughter of the Bride. Variety is now reporting that another actor is possibly up for the role. The actor is former The Bold and the Beautiful star, Pearson Fode. The report says that Fode sent in a self-tape, which included a montage of footage showing his very Clark Kent-like childhood on a farm in the small town of Moses Lake, Washington. I'm told Gunn liked what he saw. It was also already reported that Rachel Brosnahan of Amazon's acclaimed The Marvelous Miss Maisel is up for the role of Lois Lane. Other actresses in the running include Samara Weaving from Ready or Not, Phoebe Dynevor from Bridgerton, and Emma Mackey from Sex Education. Nicholas Hoult is also up for the role of the classic DC villain Lex Luthor. It's explained that Holt's name has been swirling around Legacy for several weeks now, with some theorizing that he was up for Superman. So what do you guys think about this guy? What was it, Pearson Fode? Just look at his face on the screen right now. Like, look at his face on the screen.
I took a quick glance at his IMDb, and it looks like he was in Supergirl.
Okay.
I'm already out. That's just
so.
You were in Supergirl. Move on. Another funny thing is I was looking over these stories today. It's almost like I knew I was going to be on the show with you, and I knew what you were talking about.
Exactly what we were talking about, and we're going to continue with these stories. And you're like, I knew about that too.
I was actually going to post that up. So there's another list, and I'm looking for it right now because I'm in front of my computer, which I was hoping you would send me a link in my email so I could have just jumped on, but I'm on my phone.
Oh, my bad, dude.
Oh, that's cool. So they listed the top 10 people that Gunn has been talking about, and I cannot find which stupid site it was on, but his name wasn't on there. It was actually what's his face, Wet Cheeks, what's his face?
Cornsweet.
Cornsweet, yeah.
Cornsweet is the top runner right now. He's the dude that they're saying is the top pick. But what they're saying now, this guy Pearson Fode is in the running now. So I mean, like, you look at the dude. He does have a very young Superman face.
He does have. I mean, looking side by side right here at this picture, obviously, yeah, they look like he does look like he can be that Smallville young Superman face of his there, but I don't know. All these guys, they keep, like, the names that they keep bringing up, it's just, I don't know. To me, it's like, I'm never going to get past my Superman, which is Christopher Reeve. And he's forever. Well, but then again, Wellington was actually really good as Clark in Smallville.
Oh, Tom Welling?
Yeah, or Tom Welling. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Tom Welling was good. Again, as far as like Superman, my favorite Superman right now is honestly, and it's no fault of his because the movies weren't the greatest, but I mean, like, Henry Cavill is the dude is picture perfect Superman.
He is. He's pretty. I'll go gay.
And but not just pretty though. Like it's the way that he conducts himself. Like, the guy gives off nothing but Boy Scout, vibes. You know,
Yeah.
so
I mean, when you do see him as Clark, I mean, he plays him really well.
yeah, he plays
really
a boy really well.
And he looks small. It's like it's just weird that he looks smaller when he's in that suit with the glasses and everything, and then when he gets into the actual, Superman costume, he's like, boom, there he is. So yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'll go with you.
Eric in the chat saying, "Here's a possible hot take: Thomas Jane would have made a better Batman than Christian Bale." I don't know. I don't know. I felt like, as much as everybody loves Thomas Jane when he played the Punisher, I felt like Thomas Jane's Punisher was a little dry.
Yeah. My favorite was what's his face? Stevens.
Oh, Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson.
Dude,
Yeah.
Ray Stevenson was the perfect Punisher, and he was exactly how he was in the comics. I always bring that movie up. Rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. We just lost him.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, dude, Ray Stevenson as the Punisher, he was exactly how brutal he needed to be.
Yep. So yeah, that's where it was like a good casting. But did you also hear that they are thinking of casting Jensen Ackles
as
Batman?
And I'm sure if there's anything where they've thought of that is because he killed it as Soldier Boy in The Boys.
Okay, so he was also for Under the Red Hood, he was the voice of Jason Todd, yeah. And Batman: The Long Halloween parts 1 and 2, he was the voice of Batman.
Right.
So he has DC roles under his belt.
Right.
But I mean, ultimately, we're talking about Superman, and this kid here has the look, but does he have the chops to be able to pull it off?
I mean, apparently he's impressing James Gunn, and that's a big deal because James Gunn, the guy, knows how to pick him.
Yeah, but he's impressing him with what? Some photos of where he grew up. I could
videos. He's basically doing Superman in character in a farm that he grew up on. So he's putting himself in, he's putting himself on location and doing a character audition.
I'm not impressed.
I'm actually impressed by that you took it that far to say to do an audition in character on location.
Yeah,
he wants the job.
He does.
That's
exactly
basically what it comes down to. He really wants it.
Okay,
but apparently he impressed James Gunn, and that's kind of a big deal. That if you can impress him with something like that, like I said, the guy does not pick. I have not yet to see anything that he's picked that was not good. Yeah. I mean, the example is going to be Suicide Squad. Every person that he picked for that movie was a perfect pick for the role. You look at, again, you haven't seen Guardians 3, but every person that he picked for a role in that movie was perfect.
Yes.
Well, I mean, all the Guardians I thought were really good, so he did well with them all.
But not just that. Again, it's it's all the new characters that got introduced in this movie. Mm-hmm. Again, were perfect. So I mean, I trust at this point. I trust James Gunn's decisions as far as casting and things like that. He's done nothing but good as far as like storytelling goes. But we're yet to see how well things are going to be until they actually come out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was going to say, so along with Superman Legacy, because that's going to be launching the first part of the Gods and Monsters Part 1. It's going to be followed up by The Brave and the Bold, Supergirl, Swamp Thing, and a couple more things after that. Okay. So we've got some stuff in the pipeline, but it's going to be a couple years before all that stuff comes out.
I mean, based on what he's done with the other DC works that he has done up to this point, I trust DC in his hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you look at the way he handled Suicide Squad, and then subsequently how he handled
Peacemaker.
Oh my God, Peacemaker was so perfect. Like how do you make a property rated R and just make everything work perfectly? You know.
I mean, I'll trust what you say, Phil. So whatever you say, I say.
Gotcha. I appreciate that. That makes me very
warm and tingly inside.
Warm and tingly on the inside. There we go.
I was going for a lower, but I mean, let's do that.
Let's get into the next story here. And don't forget your sunscreen news. Netflix has revealed their big ta-dum 2023 event, which will take place in Sao Paulo, Brazil on Saturday, June 17th at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 p.m. It says, BRT is Brazilian time. Fans will be able to watch the 2-hour event live on YouTube, which will include lots of exciting reveals, trailers, and announcements. The event will include over 100 Netflix stars and more than 45 Netflix shows, movies, and games. Netflix also says there will be even more surprises at the event, and they even share a trailer for the event, which you can check out on YouTube. So with that being said, here's a list of stars making an appearance at the event. Chris Hemsworth and Sam Hargrave are going to be there from Extraction. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be there from Fubar. Gal Gadot, Jamie Dornan, Alia Bhatt from Heart of Stone, Chase Stokes, Jess Hong, Benedict Wong, Jovan Adepo, Alex Sharp, John Bradley, Henry Cavill is going to be there. Anya Charlotte is going to be there. Zack Snyder, Debbie Snyder, Sophia Boutella. Okay. We were talking about this earlier. The entire cast of Avatar: The Last Airbender is going to be there.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of going through the whole cast of One Piece is going to be there.
Okay.
Let's see. Nicola Cowlin is the only person from Bridgerton that's going to be there. Apparently, there is a Bridgerton story that they're doing, so like a spin-off called Queen Charlotte: A Bridgerton Story, and they're going to be introducing that and announcing that whole thing. Looks like the cast of the Archies, All Light We Cannot See. And then outside of in-person appearances, special appearances are set for, let's see, from Stranger Things, Jenna Ortega?
What?
Oh, never mind. I'm reading this wrong. Okay.
I just barely watched a clip of the thing, so they got some stuff for Wednesday in there. So
what it's saying is that there's going to be an appearance from the cast of Stranger Things, but Jenna Ortega, Hunter Doohan, Emma Myers, and Joyce Sunday from Wednesday are going to be there. They're going to be doing announcements for Squid Game, The Challenge, Penn Bagley, Lily Collins, or I'm sorry, a show called You, Emily in Paris, Rift, Berlin, Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle. The cast, or Ralph Macchio and William Zabka of Fire are going to be there. They're going to be talking Heartstopper, the next season of Lupin. They cloned Tyrone and Through My Window Across the Sea. And then The Chosen One, and of course Bridgerton. So they've got like a whole bunch of stuff that's that they're going to be announcing at this, and they have a whole bunch of people in the cast. So I mean, I think we're getting trailers for some of the stuff that we were kind of speculating on earlier.
I hope we get more episode titles for Stranger Things, because I know they've released a few of them already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this feels like? You remember back in the day, it was usually on like the Friday night on ABC when they would announce all the new shows that are coming out for the next season, for this, for the summer season or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it kind of does feel like they're doing that.
Yeah. Which, do we really need that? Not really, but whatever. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of the, teeny boppers out there that are going to be sitting there watching this and like, oh my God.
I'll go back and watch the highlights. So, I mean, like,
yeah, I'm not gonna watch the live stream, but I'll go back and watch the clips.
Well, knowing you, all the trailers that come out automatically are going to be on the Nerdington post as soon as you see them. So I know you well enough to know that that's going to happen.
Especially if we have any Stranger Thing, Avatar, and One Piece news, will definitely.
That's all gonna be online immediately. So I mean, again, I'm kind of excited for some of the things that are that are announced on here. I do want to see more from the Extraction sequel that's coming out.
Mhm.
Did you did either of you guys get a chance to watch Fubar yet?
No, but I watched. They had a thing with Arnold recreating a bunch of
Pretty
Netflix
funny.
shows.
It's pretty funny, man.
Oh,
So Fubar is the way that Arnold actually put it in an interview was if you take True Lies and erase the events that happened in True Lies, and this is like when Harry retires. This is what Fubar is. Basically, he's a CIA agent and finds out that his daughter is also a CIA agent. This is all in the trailer, by the way, so I'm not spoiling anything. Finds out that his daughter is a undercover CIA agent that he didn't know was in the CIA. And basically, the whole thing is just their dysfunctional relationship and the comedy that ensues in that. It's a comedy. It's an action comedy. There's a lot of action tropes, so they do like a lot of they actually make fun of a lot of his movies.
So it's almost like the Jean-Claude Van Damme show that he did.
Oh my god, that show was so good. My name is Jean-Claude Van Damme. I used to be really, really famous.
So then I'm in. I gotta watch it now. I definitely gotta check it out. I gotta do it
Netflix.
when I'm not home.
It's on Netflix. I watched it. It's pretty funny, man. Definitely worth the watch.
So out of this list of shows that you named off, and I'm looking at the list right here, I really only want to watch like Stranger Things, Extraction 2, Fubar I'll watch, Cobra Kai. I'm definitely looking forward to Avatar, The Last Airbender. That's the big one.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Rebel Moon and The Witcher. Rebel Moon is Zack Snyder wrote a Star Wars movie, and Disney said they didn't want to do it, so he took it, repurposed it, and made his own movie out of it. Nice. So it's basically now it's just a Star Wars like movie, but it's not Star Wars. And Netflix is making it. Basically, he's doing samurai in space.
Oh, all right, I'm on board.
Yeah,
that. The Witcher. They said that it's the other Hemsworth, right?
Yeah, the younger one. I've seen pictures of the kid in mock-ups. Yeah, I think you can pull it off.
Is it the Hemsworth that played the Asgardian theater for Thor?
Yeah, he played the Asgardian theater Thor.
And he's also from Hunger Games. He plays Gale.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He bugged me in Hunger Games, but I'll give him a chance because I do love The Witcher. It's a great show. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
We all know which one I am for. Number one show from
Stranger Things is the only thing you care about.
The Archies?
The Archies, yeah, that's the only show that he cares about on this. So moving on to Son of Zor-El. Kneel before Zod! NFT news.
Look at that.
Warner Brothers has announced that they are selling Richard Donner's original 1978 Superman as an NFT bundle. This is the dumbest thing ever, but I'm going to get through the story, all right? Just because NFTs are on decline, so they decided we're going to make the movie an NFT. Okay. Collectors can buy, sell, and trade the NFTs in Warner Brothers online marketplace, which is powered by content blockchain technology provider Illuvio. The Superman Web3 movie experience is described as a multimedia NFT that includes the film in 4K Ultra HD, plus extras like image galleries and artist renderings by notable DC artists. The studio is helping to generate excitement among NFT enthusiasts and DC aficionados to make money through the initial sales, as well as to foster an engaged community of fans with the potential for longer-term upside. Customers can purchase them using a credit card or cryptocurrency once they create an Illuvio NFT media wallet that acts as a digital vault and enables consumers to stream and view the content. So this, to me, considering that there is a decline in NFTs and kind of just crypto in general, I feel like this is the dumbest move.
Yes.
Yeah. Good job, Warner Brothers, coming in at the end, trying to grab up whatever you can. But
Right. Like, why do this when it's already like on a decline? Like, we already know that the NFTs are essentially a scam at this point.
Why do this when you've got Batman 3, The Flash, coming out in about a week?
Exactly. Right.
That's probably why they're doing it.
Now, to kind of expand on this, there's two versions that they're releasing. There's a standard edition and a premium edition. The standard edition is going to cost $30. It's going to be on sale for just 1 week from 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 9th to 7:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 16th. It includes an interactive location-based navigation menu, Superman the Movie theatrical version, previously released special features, and an image gallery featuring stills and behind-the-scenes photos. The premium edition is going to cost $100. It's going to be on sale for 24 hours from 8 a.m. On June 9th to 7:59 a.m. on June 10th. So they're only selling the $100 one for 1 day. It includes 3 different variations available for purchase separately: Truth, Justice, and Hope, each featuring an illustration of Christopher Reeve's Superman from one of the 3 DC artists, Ivan Rice, Ben Oliver, or Ben Sienkiewicz. Each variation includes an interactive and explorable location-based navigation menu, 3 versions of the film: Superman the Movie theatrical version, Superman the Movie expanded director's cut, and Superman the Movie extended TV edition. So if you want to get the director's cut, like the only version of this movie that's actually like worth watching, then then you have to get the $100 one. The bundle also includes previously released special features, image galleries, featuring costume and detail images from Warner Brothers archive and behind the scenes images. Again, I'd rather buy a Blu-ray.
It's a cash grab.
Exactly. Just buy the Blu-ray or 4K.
Yeah.
But all this stuff you can find either online or on previous versions of this stuff on, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. All this stuff is available. And now they're just trying to bundle it up and make it sound like it's cool.
Yeah. I guess apparently there's an early access event they're going to be doing. It's going to be available on June 9th to DC Bat Cow NFT holders at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, DC3 holders at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and to the Lord of the Rings Web3 movie experience holders to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Purchasers of the Superman Web3 movie experience also will receive a free voucher code for DC3 Super Power Pack Series Superman from the DC NFT Marketplace, offering 3 randomly selected Superman comics with rarities ranging from common to legendary. The packs are time-gated, open edition drops, limited to 1 per account. WB says it will launch new theme packs every week. Like, they're really getting into this NFT whole craze 3 years later. What is it with Warner Brothers and Donald Trump that are just like, hey, we're going to release NFTs and NFTs that nobody wants them anymore?
They really think that they've finally cornered the market. They're like, oh my God, we can do this.
Yeah.
This is possible.
Now's the time. People aren't buying NFTs anymore. People will buy them if we sell them.
Yeah.
You're all idiots.
You know what's
all idiots.
But here's the sad thing. They are probably going to crush it regardless, because there's enough dumb people out there that'll still do this.
Well, the other thing is,
God!
The other thing is, remember, NFTs, as far as valuation goes, the value is how many owners have owned that particular NFT. So they're more expensive based on how many people who have not owned them, right? So once you start trading NFTs, it actually lowers the value of the NFT, which means you buy it for $100 or you buy it for $30, right? And you go and resell that, they're almost like stocks, right? So it's just kind of like, the more that they're bought and sold, and the more they flood the market, like the ownership is what increases the value on it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they're a scam because people will buy and sell their own NFTs in order to create a market for themselves.
Yeah.
Good job, Warner.
Yeah, NFTs. No.
Way of the future.
It is.
Well, hey, we don't have to associate this with James Gunn because it's not part of his DC.
No. This is a pure Warner Brothers move. So speaking of the future, I always feel like somebody's watching me news. Oh, hold on, I'm on the wrong page. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Apple has unveiled its Vision Pro VR headset, which CEO Tim Cook said is the first Apple product you look through and not at. I believe that augmented reality is a profound technology, and that this new technology will introduce people to a new form of spatial computing, and even compare the introduction of the product to the same way the iPhone introduced smartphones to millions of people. The Vision Pro comes complete with 5 sensors, 6 microphones, and 12 cameras. Processing power comes from both Apple's M2 chip and its new R1 chip. The Vision Pro will be able to run all day when plugged into an outlet, but you'll need a secondary battery pack to use it on the go. The battery only lasts 2 hours on a charge. Again,
just another battery pack, baby. Like, try 5.
As funny as that is, they're gonna do nothing but improvements from here, because that's what Apple does. Is they release it as is and then it improves over the years. But Disney CEO Bob Iger showed up to Apple's Vision Pro launch and called it a revolutionary platform that will allow Disney to create deeply immersive stories in a way that were previously impossible. Disney even shared a sizzle reel for Vision Pro, showing various concepts the media company is working on for the product to bring you real life magic. Of course, Disney Plus will be available on Vision Pro on the day it's released. Users will be able to navigate the headset by using their eyes, hands, and voice. Then for those looking at you while wearing the headset, there's a feature called Eyesight that allows others to see a representation of your eyes on the Vision Pro's external display, which seems so wild. It's already weird, right? The headset also includes Apple's first 3D camera, which captures spatial video and photos and can serve as a personal movie theater, with support for Apple TVs, Apple Arcade games, and other Apple services. It said the Apple Vision Pro will also change how you use apps like Notes, Keynote, FaceTime, and Pornhub for sure. Vision Pro also provides ultra high resolution with more pixels for each eye than a 4K TV, and provides a newly designed spatial audio system. The big question is, can Apple's Vision Pro VR headset actually get people interested in VR? Because right now the VR market is struggling, and that's not an exaggeration. Could this become a popular mainstream technology? The most important question is, will people actually pay the price for this thing? As cool as it all sounds, I'm sure nobody's going to be paying this money. I'm just throwing that out there right now. Nobody's buying this thing. You know what? I say nobody's going to buy this thing, but you underestimate. I worked at Apple. Remember this. I worked at Apple for 3 years. Right? You underestimate how fanatic Apple users are, and they will pay whatever Apple charges for whatever new product comes out. Right? So with that being said, again, before I announce this price, I will tell you all I'm not getting one because I cannot afford this to save my life.
I'm going to guess it's around or over 10 grand.
No, it's not that much. It's a lot, but it's not that much.
It's close to what one of their desktop computers would probably cost, if not a little bit more.
It's more than their desktop computers. It's more around the price of a low grade Mac Pro. 3,500.
No.
Yeah, it's 3,500, and it's kind of like it's again. I won't buy it. I'm sure nobody in here is going to buy it, right? But the whole thing is, again, Apple fanatics. People are fanatical for Apple products. They don't care what it is. If Apple releases a product, they will buy it.
But you put it on the face of some rapper, it'll sell.
Oh yeah.
Every single dumb kid out there is going to be like, I gotta have this. And guys, this is me, Eugene, from the Geek Saga, so it doesn't hurt distance nerding. I'm going to say this. Thank you for putting me up.
Put yourself on the soapbox. Let's go.
So, have you guys not watched The Gamer? If you guys haven't watched that movie, go out there and watch that.
That's exactly what this is leading to.
Yes, The Gamer. And then what else do we have out there?
Dude, imagine playing Call of Duty with this. This is gonna
my God, that'd be amazing though.
Yeah,
we're trying to move into Ready Player One territory.
Exactly. That's the next one. That's exactly what these look like.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So that's the thing. Again, celebrities are going to buy this stuff, right?
Yeah.
People who have this kind of disposable cash are going to buy this thing, right?
Yeah.
My example for Apple users are willing to buy anything that you put in front of them, right? Is the average iPhone now costs $1,200 to $1,300.
Yeah.
Right. Where they used to cost like $600. Right. So Apple users will find a way. And I'll 100% admit it. I am an Apple user. I use all Apple products for everything. Right. But I mean, a lot of like the more hardcore Apple fanatics do not care how much something costs. The other big thing is Apple, now that they have their own financing system and everything like that, you know, they are going to finance this stuff and people are going to buy them.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Verizon, T-Mobile.
But not even that. Like the Apple credit card, the card that you can get on your phone, like if you have your Apple wallet and you get they have, right? There's zero interest, like lifetime zero interest on high purchases with that card.
Well,
and they're super lenient. They're also super lenient on
other stuff,
but on like paying on like making sure you put like when you pay your bill.
Yeah,
you know, like they can the way that they do their plans. You know, it's Apple's really good about our products are not affordable, but we will find a way to make it so that you can buy it because we want to sell the product to everybody, right? And the thing is that their products genuinely are good. The thing is, do I feel like I'm going to give $3,500, regardless of how I give it to them, for this? This is something that I'm probably going to wait a couple generations to get.
And by that time, it'll drop down to like $1,200 because they'll be made, you know, they'll be made better, they'll be made cheaper, and they'll be easier to access.
It depends. The thing about Apple is they try not to cut corners around, like, you know, like the build of their products. That's the one good thing about when you pay that premium price, you are getting premium builds. This is coming from somebody who spent a good 3 years doing nothing but repairing those computers, and I know how they're built. They're solid computers.
Oh, they are.
The phones are solid phones. You know, I've got an Apple Watch. You know, I mean, like the watches, like their products in general are solid products, and when they have a problem, they take care of it. You know, again, my AirPods, there was a defect in the AirPods. They gave me new ones, and it was like 3-year-old AirPods.
And I won't knock Apple because, again, I got an iPad, I got a MacBook Pro, I have a Mac or Apple, 13 Max. All my stuff is Apple. I got an Apple Watch, but the thing is that the ones that are the most fanatical about the products are the ones that don't even use it to the full capacity.
Right.
I use mine to the full capacity. You use yours to the full capacity.
Right.
And that's what we do because we know that how good Macs are when it comes to graphics and all the design stuff. But
my boy Daniel Flores is in the chat. By the way, Daniel, what's up, bro? It's been a while. $3,500 for some macho man looking glasses. Shut up and take my money. So number one, I've got to give him this.
Oh yeah.
Number two, I've got to give him this.
Shut up and take my money.
There you go. Or I guess if I did it in this sequence.
Shut up and take my money. Oh yeah.
There we go. So that is it for the news, guys. we've come to the end of
Well, that was quick.
I know, right? So with all that being said, with all the fun that we've been having here, of course, the thing that I'm most excited to announce right now is that we got merch, people. We got merch, people. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we've got merch. Oh, yes. So that being said, that now that you guys know my masterful transition right here, we've got merch.
The wrong shirt.
Look at that. I'm even promoting you.
We're all rocking the hats right now. Hats are $35 each, or $30 if you want to get multiple hats. We got the Galaxy Gray available. It's the color that both me and Cam are wearing right now. Of course, if you want a shirt, you can hit us up for a shirt. Shirts cost $20 if you're local to the Sacramento area. $25 if I got to ship it to you. Basically, it's just covering shipping. You can just hit us up on any of your social media of choice. We will be coming out with the website pretty soon, so that way you can just go to the website and order. Of course, you can hit us up for stickers. I will give you stickers for free. Just let me know that you want stickers. Shoot me your address in a DM, and I will ship you some stickers. Of course, the partnership that we have, one of the coolest products that we have out there. If you guys are unfamiliar with Lucharillas, go and check out Lucharillas. That's the wrong character.
I was going to say, that doesn't look like Lucharillas.
No, that was a turtle. Lucharillas here. Ladies and gentlemen, head over to lucharillas.com. Use the code. There is no code for Lucharillas. So go to Lucharillas. I'm so used to like saying use a code, right? But yeah, no, go to lucharillas.com. I'm actually putting it in the chat right now. And get yourself some Lucharillas gear. Of course, you got the Distance Nerdorilla, a couple different character things that they have there. They have bump boxes. If you guys are unfamiliar with bump boxes, they're pagers that have built-in speakers, and they're amazing. We have a Distance Nerdorilla bump box that's got a picture of our character on the screen. Shirts, and of course, like bottle openers and things like that. So, of course, guys, shout out to our boy Eric Ruiz. Shout out to Lucharillas. They support the living hell out of us, and we love you guys. So in turn, guys, get yourself some Lucharillas gear, because it is definitely worth it. Hopefully we'll see a comic book in the future for that, because the characters are so cool with Lucharillas. If you haven't checked them out, basically they're gorillas that are wrestlers, right? Mm-hmm. And they're all luchadors, so they all have like lucha masks and stuff, and he does like these characters. So like there's a Goku one, there's a Vegeta one, he's got a Chupa Chup one. Like if you grew up Mexican at all, you know what Chupa Chups are. You know, like it's awesome, man. It's a great concept, and I definitely want to see more of that kind of stuff, man.
Hey Phil, when's the giveaway?
Which giveaway?
For this show's, the Funko one for the reviews.
Oh, I still, we've only gotten one review, so I mean, I know it was from you.
I wonder who it's from.
Just throwing it out there, guys. Send us a review. Hit us review us on Apple Podcasts. Review us on Spotify. Any place where that is. And we'll read it on the show. And if you drop some reviews, I'm gonna. If we start getting enough reviews, I'm gonna give some stuff away. I've got Funko Pops to give away.
Did you read my review?
Yeah, I did. It was like it was 2 sentences long, and it was adorable. So, just jumping in right here, guys. Of course, we've got our schedule. If you are unfamiliar with what we do, on Mondays, we've got our game streams from 8 to 12. Now, of course, they're suspended right now because I've been working overtime. So I've been working Mondays. I haven't been playing any game streams. I apologize, guys. Those hopefully will come back soon. Once work slows down a little bit.
And if they do, which game you playing?
I was playing Jedi Survivor.
Okay.
But Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now, the download from 6:30 to 8:30. We'll come and hang out. You'll hear news, rumors, reviews, trailer reactions, all that kind of stuff right there. Thursdays, the build from 6 to 8. Everybody's favorite show on Twitch and YouTube. Come and hang out with young Phil as he builds Lego. Exactly right. As I build Lego, we chat with interesting people and celebrities and different things like that. And we do brackets right now. We just this week we're gonna finish the best DC animated. Right?
DC Summer Madness.
DC Summer Madness. We're gonna get that done and out of the way, and then we have a couple other fun brackets in the way. Now, unfortunately, we have no Graveyard this week. He's taking the week off. Yeah, Graveyard had to take the week off for some other personal things going on, but he'll be back next week.
So, do you need someone to run the brackets?
Yeah, if you want to come on and do the brackets for me, man, by all means.
Sure. You just send me the information.
Absolutely. I'll get that sent to you. So that all being said right there, now you guys know where to find us and check us out. And actually, before I get into your pluggables, I'm going to give you guys the progress of what I'm building this week. As long as I don't break it with my mic.
Hey, at least it won't be bad as the Batman one you left on top of the car.
Have you guys ever been to San Francisco? Because I'm building San Francisco right now. Down there at the bottom, you've got Alcatraz right here, right? And then, of course, over here, you know, Salesforce building and
San Francisco when it looked nice.
You've been listening to your boy. You've been listening to your boy Elon Musk too much, bro.
Hey, I smelt San Francisco.
Only in one place in the city, and it's kind of expected over there. The Tenderloin is disgusting. So I mean, EA brackets on. Yes, you know we're gonna get into more brackets. But guys,
brackets.
Given that you guys both do your own thing and everything like that, what I'm going to get out of you guys right now, I need you guys to put yourselves over. Give me your pluggables. So we'll start with Cam here. Cam, the DM. Tell people where they can find you and everything you do outside of distance nerding.
Alrighty, so as a cosplayer, you know, I've got various events coming up. This Saturday, I will be dumping on my Instagram, Cam Cosplay Zero, list of all the events I'm going to be going to and characters I will be cosplaying as. My main one, which is kind of my backup, is _CamSmith_0, and my TikTok is Joker and Bats 0. I am kind of becoming a big part of Colossus Girl Entertainment, so whatever they put on, I'll most likely be at. Besides for other cons outside of Idaho for right now.
You should find a way to make your way over to Silver Age Comic-Con, man.
I am, but with that other con, I've got it just like a few weeks later. It's going to be a crunch.
Gotcha. Eugene, put yourself over, sir. Tell everybody where they can find you. What are your pluggables?
All right, guys. So besides sometimes popping onto this chat, which is, you know, I love you guys.
We love you.
I actually appreciate that you reached out to me today and wanted me to come on. And I'm like, is my hair perfect? It was. So you caught me on a good hair day, but not around here. I'm actually on the Geek Saga, which is every Wednesday at 7:30. Tomorrow, we actually have a special guest coming on. We have Ted Smith from the Evil Ted channel, which is, the dude is an amazing foam. I think he calls himself foam fanatic, and he builds amazing stuff out of foam, EVA foam. He's also been in the industry for over 27 years, did all kinds of stuff. So we're going to have him on the show. But also, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. The list goes on, but it's all at the Geek Saga. And we're going to be doing our own version of OnlyFans. It will be Dennis in just a, well, actually, it's going to be David in a top with the MP symbol, and that's it. So there we go.
Oh.
Geek Saga. What?
Oh.
Yeah. Picture that. Exactly. Think of that. Get that ingrained in your head.
Oh, man.
David's short.
So bad.
Well, we got to make some money somehow, right?
So bad.
This really pisses me off to no end.
But thank you again, Phil. Thanks for having me on for the short, coming on. Anytime you need me, just text me. This time I was actually out with my daughter playing miniature golf.
There you go.
and I wrecked her. So
I bet you did.
It was. I was like,
He's just like, no, I don't. You don't learn anything if I let you win.
exactly. I was like, do you want us to take down the score? She's all like, I guess. I said, oh hell yeah, we're gonna take the score down.
Oh man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that all being said, have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know on our Facebook group, The Distance Nerdington Post. Now, of course, I say it every week. Head over to distancenerding.com. Hit that button on the top left-hand side. Guys, you can buy us a taco. Buy us a taco. All that does, it's the best way to support the show. It makes it so that we can continue trying to entertain you guys in the best way we can. Keyword, try. That all being said, connect on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, GeoCities, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals. And of course, email us. You can send us an email. This is a real email address. Some people, what's funny is I get a lot of, is this real emails? And it's like, yes, it's real. Send us an actual email at distancenerding@AOL.com. And then again, everywhere on every social media that exists at Distance Nerding. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us this week. Thanks, and keep nerding together. It is now time for the dance party. Are you guys ready to dance your little asses off?
Maybe.
All right, we'll do this.
Maybe.
God, I'm having a seizure.
I gotta remember. I gotta take this off.
Where's my camera?
I know. That's what I do every time for the dance party.
Where's my camera? Trying to get mine ready. Oh, I am Batman. What? You're Batman? I don't know. What? Oh my God.
Why is this cape so messed up?
I'll explain it later. See everybody on Thursday.